I haven't posted a video like this in a while, and I kind of wanted to treat this YouTube channel as like a little video diary of mine. So I'm here to talk about something that grinds my gears like no other. There's this horrendous obsession online with people just needing to argue and needing to be extremely negative for no reason. I make a lot of TikTok videos just talking about something in general, and I made this one video. Moist Critical really did himself right with waiting until Mouthwashing was no longer super hyped up to play it and then posting his video about it, because I love Mouthwashing and I like that Moist Critical has critical thinking skills, hence the critical, no moist, and I really wanted to see his take on it since I know he can actually think. And when he was talking about how he's all like, oh, I hate Jimmy and Curly's not my favorite anymore either, like he's a bad guy, and people were like, how is Curly a bad guy? In his Twitch chat, and he was like, what, are you not paying attention? He knew all of this was going on and just let it happen. And that just would have sent the 2024 fresh Mouthwashing fandom into absolute psychosis if they heard it. So he really saved himself with waiting to post it till today. Obviously not. There's one like major thing in this video, and it's that Moist Critical actually did play Mouthwashing when it first came out. This was just an upload of the gameplay that I didn't see till recent. I did not start watching Moist Critical till the beginning of this year, and Wendigoon also made a Mouthwashing video pretty late after it came out, so I was like, you know, these people hang out, maybe they're just a little tardy to the party. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. You would have thought I literally started like the next world war with these people in my comments. A lot of comments like were addressing the topic I was talking about Curly being a good or bad guy. So many people were flaming me in that comment section. I had people in my comments being like, newsflash, idiot, he actually did play it when it came out. Was that my like main topic of conversation? At the end of the day, the point is that the take that Curly is a bad guy, in which he is, I'm not here to argue about that, but in that video that's what I was there to argue, and my point stood that the fandom could not hearing that. And people do this peculiar thing that, and it's nothing new, I'm sure people have been doing it since like Adam and Eve, where they disagree with you, but they are holding on to the disagreement because of like their ego or their pride. And I'm not saying you just like can't disagree with anything I say and it must be because you're so stubborn about the fact. But there were people in my comments who did disagree with me, who were like actually talking about their disagreements and being like, well, I think this because this specific subset of people disagreed with like your take originally, but ultimately kind of understand that it makes them look bad to have that take, or just don't want to say it for one reason or another. They don't want to agree with you. They disagree with your take, but they don't want to sit in the comments and say that because they think it reflects badly on themselves, or they've just been proven wrong and are holding on to that stance for their pride or ego. So they just point out shit that doesn't have fuck to do with fuck. I get it. Moist Critical played the game back in the day. And man, posting about Moist Critical on TikTok and like people actually seeing it. This video was tagged #mouthwashing and people are in my comments, bro. Same people that are yelling at me that I'm wrong about the timeline are also like, or he probably just waited for, or not even he probably, they say, he just waited for the general consensus of the fandom so that he didn't get yelled at. In the video, I say how he was arguing with his own chat. Like, he's never, what? Like, and a lot of, so, but my point is that there are people that will disagree with your take, but they like, don't want, they don't want to, like, stand on it, because they know that they're wrong, but they just aren't okay with being wrong. And like, you're a stranger on the internet, I'm not gonna know if random person on the internet is wrong or not. You can just scroll past my video. Another great example of this is I was talking about how I'm really sick of horror movies that like take a child, have them get possessed, and or just like make them the butt of the horror and make them do just like absurd things, and the whole gag is that, oh, they're kids, but look at them talk about sex, look at them say these crude words, look at them say your mother sucks cocks in hell, and that's like the whole gag. I'm not a fan of horror that perverses children. I don't like it. It's not, you know what I mean? And I said that it was weird. It's the same group of people that were on there being like, actually you got the date wrong, actually this is correct, like you like literally half the comments, it's the same people that do that like they're in the same font as the group on the video I made talking about how I don't like horror media that perverses children, that were going, what kind of movies do you watch? What? Like, okay, like, why are you watching that? You're weird. You're weird for having ever seen any of that content. And it's because evidently these people think my take is Big Nothing Burger. It's different when you want to debate me on my mouthwashing take. It's another thing to disagree with me when I say perversing children in movies is unnecessary. So I can't actually, like, be okay if you disagree with me on that. You don't need to comment on my video. There's such a crowd where they love to consume actual trash, and if you point out that it's weird, they'll be like, well, you're weird for thinking it's weird. I cannot stand that crowd. It's such nothing burger argument. They do not have an argument, so they pick at some random thing to disagree with you on. And it really grinds my gears. I just don't understand why everyone is so obsessed with being mad all of the time about everything. There are people that are getting murdered every day. There's countries being wiped off the face of the earth. There's whole groups of people being wiped off the face of the earth. There's heinous things going on in the United States government, and not just in our government, other governments around the world. Everybody has something more important that they should be worried about. But people get online and they just want to be so miserable. I don't understand if they don't feel like it's valid that they're miserable already, that they like have to go online and create something to be miserable about. And sometimes you can just be in a negative state of mind and you don't need to justify it. That happens to everyone. That's literally a normal part of being a person. You're not going to meet a person who's never experienced a Little Debbie Downer era in their life. I don't understand the need to spread it around to other people. Are you not okay feeling that alone? Do you I really don't understand. And I made a video. The video was about using the word hard launch wrong. Katie B and Riley posted photos of each other on their story out at dinner. And everyone was saying that they hard launched. And I was like, oh, did they hard launch? And I look, and then I was like, buddy, that's not a hard launch. Like, a hard launch is like undeniable proof and like a literal definitive announcement of a relationship. So I was like, y'all using words wrong. And you're kind of weird for being obsessed over their relationship. Like, when I hear people are dating, I'm like, oh, cool. But I don't, suspect beforehand. That's not really any of my business. I don't really have a reason to care. I have my own life that I engage in, and I feel like everyone should. So I just dropped that in there. And someone commented and was all like, I don't care if they're dating or not, but you guys are only acting this way because it's two women. If it was a guy and a girl, y'all would be like, oh, yeah, they're dating. Oh, yeah, they're dating. But because it's two women, y'all want to be like, oh, suddenly you guys want to be like, oh, they can just be friends. They can just be friends. This video didn't even blow up, mind you. Like, this is, I think, only, the first, I think it was, the second or third comment on it out of, 3. Do you know me? I'm so confused here. And I was like, I'm world's biggest advocator that men and women should be able to just be friends if they're around each other at all. There's this consensus that if a man and a woman are hanging around each other, the woman is instantly dehumanized to whoever's seeing it, and they immediately assume that she must be some sort of accessory for him. So, talking stage, situationship, friends with benefits, girlfriend, wife, something of his. And I'm not a big fan of that. I am world's biggest advocate of shutting that shit down, because I've had that happen to me. I had a lot of guy friends growing up. And my parents and people in my life were really all the time on my ass being like, oh, you guys are cute. Oh, you guys are cute. It's miserable. It's miserable to know how, people sit there. And I'm not popular, bruh. I am not popular. I am some random nobody, loser goober, who sits at home makes YouTube videos to talk to nobody. Now imagine you're literally, super popular, and you have all the same people doing that. I absolutely 1,000,000% know everybody, almost everybody, has had that experience where you're a kid and your parents or your family or your teachers or whoever are, shipping you with other kids. It's not a fun experience. It makes the friendship awkward. You're being the butt of a joke, and there you have people that, want you to feel a sort of way, but you don't. All that to say, my video was just about using the word hard launch wrong. That was the main thing. That was the entire thing. My video literally starts with this. I hate to be that goober, but y'all just shouldn't be allowed to say words when you're using them incorrectly. But you think you know me. You want to get on there. You genuinely are creating up like it's probably like I mean, I would say that it's a pattern that you've noticed, but people online are drooling, like just clawing at the cages of their confinement, hoping for even a sliver of a crumb of proof that KDB and Riley are concrete dating. People want them to, like, the majority want them to be together, so I don't understand why you're acting as if everybody's on the side of them being just friends and on the side of us just waiting to find out about the relationship, which we should be doing anyway. But most people aren't doing that, so you're literally coming up with an argument for something that's not happening and coming into my chat with my, like, 10 likes on the video and yelling at me about it like you know me. But you don't, and I don't know you. You just want to be mad. People just want to be mad, and it's sick to see. I feel like I was in about a year of that, where I just wanted to be mad all of the time. Like, it's a pattern that I noticed, like, me. I used to, like, get on there and feel like there was some sort of, like, underlying pattern of something that I noticed, and I would get online and I would just argue to random people about it. I still argue with people online, but it's less stupid. It's less ignorant. It's less nothing burger. It's crazy that is something that just happens. We just want to be mad. We want to be so negative. Dude, I have been through the ringer. 2025, like, they say they try to kill you when you're 19. They do try to kill you when you are 19. I had, like, awful jobs, awful roommates. I was miserable. My car exploded, like, it broke, it exploded. I had to get an entirely new car, and that took all of my savings. It was just terrible. I was getting sexually harassed at work. I was working with murderers. I was finding out my boss isn't allowed in my state because they found her in a hotel room with minors. I was so uncomfortable at work. I was working around people who are dangerous, who have harmed other people. And honestly, the tea is that I had this one job, I'd been at it a long time. We got, like, a new boss, and she was just terrible. So I was like, okay, I'm out. Like, specifically while I was working there, everybody there was just so negative. And that was including me. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was over there like, I'm like, I felt like I did lift the mood a lot. A lot of my coworkers would tell me that, like, you know, they liked the good vibes. But I still complained, like, a whole lot just about anything. I didn't want to do my job. I had a really easy job. Like, I did not work a hard job at all. It was actually world's easiest job, like, ever. Your life is just so much more miserable if you wake up every day pissed off. You just complaining. You just finding things to be mad about. You're like, it kills you. It literally kills you. People were not lying when they said fake it till you make it, because I literally was like, now in my life, I have an amazing job. I live by myself. I don't have trash roommates. And I'm away from the people that were sexually harassing me at work. I'm away from the danger that I felt there. I don't have to work overnight miserable shifts in the freezing cold. It's summertime. I hate the cold. It's a great time for me. What do I ever have to, like, complain about? If I was at my job before my overnight job, I'd probably be, like, up in there complaining about something right now. And I'm at this job now, and I'm like, it's just, I can't even, like, think of things I'd really want to complain about. What is the point of being so negative? What is the point of living your life like that? I don't understand. I don't understand why we must be so mad all of the time about nothing. It's like it's like we need it like we need oxygen. It's like people aren't okay if they don't have something to be mad about. I literally, I felt like I would be disrespecting myself from about 6 months ago. I used to pray, cry for times like these, for times like where I'm at right now in my life. What more, like, could I want? Why would I create something to be mad about? And a lot of the times I post things, I feel like I'm more kind of like just like trying to start a topic of conversation, and then people can talk about it in the comments. So I feel like even the things that, like, I talk about negatively online, I don't, like, do mental gymnastics to find reasons to complain about them. Like, something I literally posted a video complaining about was when I went to go see the new Mortal Kombat movie, and like there were 3 men in the row, like right next to me, that were just like coughing and like spitting and shitting and shit just all over the place. And I was like, oh my god, that was the, like, I don't know, I just don't get this obsession with being so negative to the point where you need to create things to be mad about. I don't get it. I really don't. Obviously everybody's lives are different, and I'm not invalidating anyone that's like just tired of their life in general and like just is complaining about that. But I am gonna invalidate you if you go online and you make your own life so much more miserable because you work hard and squint and tilt your head to the side and look at the situation through your phone's charging port to find things to be mad about. That's not valid. When you're that negative, it literally consumes your life. There's so many people that are so miserable that could just not be if they took a moment and were even like, you know what? Every time I have a negative thought, why don't I just think about that in comparison to the rest of my life? Why don't I just be grateful? And I'm not, and there's gonna, because this is always how it works. I also don't get traffic on here like I do on TikTok, so this probably won't happen. But if this ends up on TikTok, it's exactly how it works. Is people will be like, oh, so you're saying that people going through the worst time in their lives right now shouldn't be alone? You're saying that people shouldn't be. I am so clearly talking about one specific set of people, so I'm not entertaining that. Okay? I don't know. I just don't understand like being so miserable. I don't get it. I don't understand the need. Well, that's pretty much about it. All that from Moist Critical and Mouthwashing. People get really mad, like, when you, like, just bring up Moist Critical. That's about it. Sayonara.